It's always the towns we least expect that blow me away. Honestly, I thought Segovia was just about the aqueduct.
There it is. The whole reason for coming to Segovia.
I knew quite a bit about this aqueduct, and it made it so impressive to see it in person. But it's what I didn't know that completely broke my mind. Sure, I knew it was built by the Romans in the 1st century, and I knew that the Segovia section was 800 meters long. That's half a mile for us Americans. I knew it's older than most Roman ruins in Italy today, and it's also arguably the best preserved aqueduct in the world. In fact, it remained in use up until the 19th century. And when I got my first glimpse of it, I was in awe. I just had to pull out my phone and learn more about it. And that's when my mind was blown. I discovered this massive feat of Roman engineering was built with no mortar and no cement. It's literally 25,000 granite blocks, averaging 1.5 metric tons per block, held together with nothing but precision cuts and gravity. I am still struggling to wrap my mind around this, especially when you consider it's still standing after 2,000 years of storms, empires, and seismic activity. Thinking about this while walking under the massive arches was so surreal. And that's something else I found crazy too. It's not fenced off. I could touch it, walk under it, climb under the steps and see it from above. It's literally just part of the city. I feel like the aqueduct alone made this day trip a success, but I wasn't prepared for what came next. When we wandered into the old town, it felt like a time portal had dropped us 500 years into the past. I was wondering what an average day felt like back then. These streets look like they literally haven't changed in centuries. And they basically haven't. In the 16th century, the economy was booming and development exploded, but the economy tanked in the 17th century, and it basically froze the town in time. In fact, it's so well preserved, in 1985, UNESCO named the entire old town a World Heritage Site.
Oh man, I would love to step in that pub right now.
Walking these old streets was ethereal. It was like the rest of the world just melted away. But my anticipation was building because something epic was around the corner. It looked like a fairy tale had crash landed into reality. They say it inspired Disney's Cinderella Castle, and yeah, I've heard that about other castles too, but this one actually could be true. Inside, the castle was dripping in detail. Mutajar ceilings, stained glass windows, full suits of armor, layers of history everywhere. But what really got me was this painting. Everyone in it has black, empty eyes, except for the mother. I don't know what the artist was trying to say. Was it the plague? Madness? A message from the other side? No clue, but I loved it and I would totally hang it up in my living room. Not bad. Eventually we stepped out onto the wide terrace and the views just opened up. Rolling hills, stone ramparts, and this one huge turret towering above it all. My favorite part is a tiny corridor leading to a tucked away side turret. It was quiet, peaceful, and somehow even more magical. This definitely is my favorite castle. We were already loving every second, and just when I thought it couldn't get any better, it did in a huge way. As we were leaving, the clouds parted for like 20 seconds, the sun slipped through, lighting up the old town like something out of a painting. And then the clouds behind the town lit up for just a few seconds and I had to switch to photo mode. So far, our visit to Segovia was unbelievable. And here's the kicker, we originally had 2 days, but I messed that up in a spectacularly expensive way. But first, if you're planning a visit, a day trip is probably perfect for most people. The Aqueduct alone is worth it. And it being a 30-minute train ride from Madrid, you can go there and back before lunch. But make sure you try the Segovia cake because it is delicious. If you're into historic small towns like us, where tour buses leave before sunset, then staying the night might just be your thing. And that was the plan for us until I royally screwed things up. It all started in the Sevilla train station the day before. I showed the gentleman my ticket, and I don't speak that much Spanish, but I definitely understood it when he pointed the ticket and said mañana. My heart sunk into my belly. Total terrible mistake. So we ended up paying for another ticket on a later train to get to Madrid. But that got us into Madrid too late, and so we missed the last train to Segovia, meaning that we also were not going to stay in our super awesome hotel that we had booked there, and it was non-refundable. So we had to buy another ticket to Segovia for the following day, plus we had to buy a hotel for the night in Madrid because we weren't going to Segovia. That was really sad. And I'm still upset about this. It really bothers me because there's a lot in Segovia that we did not see. But hey, it's awesome you got this far in the video. If you want to support a small channel, hit the like button and subscribe. That would be fantastic. And if you want to see more of our Spain adventures, go ahead and click this playlist here. And if you want to see whatever YouTube recommends, then it'll be up there. That's all for today. I'll see you in the next video.
Can't you hear the world is calling for you? Can't you hear the